Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League Daytona Pro. There was bikini, figure, women's physique, and a ton of masters divisions. So this was a great show, lots to talk about. Let's get right to it. And in terms of Olympia, of course, it's the open division winners who qualify. The masters girls have their own Olympia with its own qualification rules. And I'm just looking at last year's rules for qualifying. I'm presuming it's the same. So presumably last year's top three will be automatically qualified, and then the winner of every open division contest will also be qualified. So let's begin with figure. In the open division, first place, Natalia, second, Edith, third, Maud, fourth, Julie, and fifth, MARIE-SOLANGE. And then in our masters, Edith took it in both 40 and 45 plus, and then Marta was first in 50 and 55 plus. Very impressive. So, beginning with MARIE-SOLANGE in fifth place, she's so amazing. I cannot get over her tiny waistline and just how wide her V-taper is. It's a great overall shape. She's got a beautiful silhouette. Really nice detail comes through on her legs. The conditioning is always so good. Beautiful abs. Great quads. I think her suit color is really pretty. It looks great with her lipstick. Though I do find that there's a lot of fabric here. I would make it less. I would have more of like a sharp V and have it come down lower. I think that would elongate her V taper shape. And in the lineup photo is where I noticed that she's got a lot more fabric than the other competitors, just covering her lower stomach. I wouldn't mind if she could get a little bit more fullness into the inside of the leg so that there's no gap here. Maybe just by turning the toes out a little bit more, that might bring the thighs together. And maybe also a little more curve and roundness into the delts. That could be something she could just play around with the posing, how far out she's bringing her elbows. I don't know. If she could just somehow get a little bit more of that rounded shape here, I think that would really be amazing. I'm being super nitpicky here on MARIE-SOLANGE. I love her. I think she looks amazing. I'm loving seeing her in figure, and another top 5 for her. It's just incredible. All right, next and fourth is Julie. First thing I noticed are the round shoulders. Exactly what I love. It's super high, good fullness, good curves, and it just a nice transition into the lats. So it's a great overall shape. She's got a lot of definition into that six-pack. Her abs look amazing, and great detail in her legs as well. A lot of nice conditioning. I love how deep the grooves are. I think she needs a little more size when I look at her compared to the lineup. I think the quad sweep could be larger, just a bit more mass into the legs themselves. Her waistline is not as tiny as some of the other girls, so I would play up with the fit of the suit a little differently. I would bring the straps in a little closer to try to really amplify that shape of the V and make the smallest part of the waist the highlight of the suit. So really bring the straps in higher and more inwards towards the belly button. But I think her conditioning is great. Her curviness is beautiful. Her posing looks really nice. The suit is very pretty, though to me it almost seems like this strap is higher than this one, and this triangle almost seems higher than this triangle. So I'd be really careful with the symmetry. Make sure everything is perfectly in place. Glue it down if you have to, and just make sure everything is absolutely perfect, because she looks amazing. All right, next and third is Maud. Wow, her waistline is extraordinary, and the fit of her suit really amplifies it. Coming in so close to her obliques, it's right at that tiniest spot of her waistline. It looks amazing. But this is another competitor who I find has a lot of fabric in this lower part of the suit. I don't know that you need so much coverage. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of her beautiful stomach, but she's got amazing legs, really nice curvy quad sweep, good definition. Her abs look fantastic. Nice balance in the size of the upper body to the size of the lower body, and a very nice X shape overall. The waistline really is what grabs my attention the most. It's just so tiny, so narrow. She looks amazing. I'm not crazy about the really bright lipstick. I feel like with those nice, beautiful purpley tones in the suit, she could have done something a little bit deeper, like more of a plum color into the lip. But I think her eyeshadow looks beautiful. Her hair is nice and off her shoulders, so you get a great view of her delts. The other thing that I noticed, maybe it's just the photo, but this hand is a lot higher than this one. Like maybe she just wasn't quite in the pose in this photo that I chose. But by having this hand higher, it also makes this shoulder a little bit higher than this one. And when everyone is so perfect, you want to make sure that the physique is completely symmetrical. And I think by just relaxing this shoulder a little bit or pulling this one up a little bit higher, then they'd be a bit more even. That's all I can think of. I think she looks really awesome. All right, next is Edith. So she got second in open, but first in the 40 plus and first in the 45 plus. So impressive. And you can see why. She looks unreal. Such beautiful round delts, perfectly outlined, lots of detail in her arms, an amazing V-taper, very substantial in her torso. Like she's got a lot of muscle. The abs look great. Her definition, I love that the lines come all the way up into her hips. Beautiful quad sweep. Check out the calves. Like she's muscular from head to toe and the detail is awesome. I love the lines in the calves, the teardrop shape by her kneecaps. And she's got some striations, but overall she just looks really full and round and large. I love that her legs are super thick and pressed together. There's no space. She's just muscle everywhere you look. I think her suit is really beautiful as well. The colors look great. Her hair being up off her shoulders looks fantastic. It really highlights that beautiful, open, wide upper body with the great curve into the delts. I see nothing that she could improve upon. She looks really fabulous. Great size, great curves, beautiful posing. But now in first is Natalia. What a streamlined silhouette she has. It's just a really beautiful shape that your eye flows over her body. The curve of her quad, the tiny waistline, and then the really nice curve of the lat into the delt. I just think it's a really beautiful overall shape. The conditioning is gorgeous. A lot of detail and yet still that nice fullness. The muscles are really bulging. Her abs are fantastic. This is exactly what I mean about the suit fit. So it's nice and high on the waist. It highlights the smallest part of her waistline. It comes in nicely in towards the belly button, so it really shows off the narrowness of her waist, but the triangle shape comes nice and low. She doesn't have fabric all the way up by her belly button. You get to see a nice amount of that super flat lower stomach, and it just makes that V go forever. It's fabulous. Her suit is beautiful. The color is pretty. She looks feminine. The curl, the slight wave to her hair is super pretty. Makeup looks beautiful. Her posing is perfection. Really nice symmetry. Nice balance in the upper and the lower. I just love how the curve of the quad really complements the curve in the lats. And the delts are full and wide and gorgeous. Like she nailed it. She looks spectacular. Okay, the lineup photo, I know this is really zoomed out. It's a bit blurry. It's not the clearest, but you can still see everyone's overall silhouette, the conditioning. Natalia's waistline stands out. It's long, it's narrow, it's flat, it's smooth. The fit of her suit is perfect, highlights the V. I think Julie beside her looks a little bit not as small in the waistline and smaller in the legs. So I think Julie could definitely have a bit more size and curve when you compare her to Natalia. Edith, great size in the legs, very substantial in her upper body. I just think Natalia has a little bit more of a very elegant, smooth shape into her outline. Maud, beautiful size in the legs, crazy tiny waistline. The suit is really nice in that the straps come high, but both Maud and MARIE-SOLANGE, I feel, have too much fabric. It's covering up too much of their lower stomachs. I think it needs to be more like Edith and Natalia, just showing off all of that gorgeous tightness into the lower stomach. Great V-taper on MARIE-SOLANGE, really great definition in those giant legs of Maud, but I think to me Natalia's silhouette is what kind of steals it here. She's just got really nice round curviness into the legs that look beautiful with the lats. Edith has great size, but not quite as much of a curved shape into the quad sweep like we see on Natalia. And in the back pose, I think Natalia looks really good. Her glutes are full, they're round. She's got nice definition coming into the adductors. You see a good line separating the hamstring and the quad. The glutes are really wide, nice fullness at the top as well as along the bottom. Really tiny waistline and nice amount of size into the lats and delts. It's just overall a really pretty silhouette. Edith, I think, looks fabulous as well. Beside her, really impressive glutes, incredible back, nice delts. Julie, beautiful size into the glutes. She's very lean. You've got some striations. I think she could have had a bit more definition coming down into the hamstrings. MARIE-SOLANGE, I noticed that tiny waistline. She almost looks like she could have more size when you have her in between Edith and Maud. A little bit more roundness and height into the shoulders. Maud looks amazing. Really great size, great fullness into the back. But I think her glutes could have had a little bit more outlining when you see Edith and Natalia. A fantastic overall figure. And of course, in terms of Olympia, that would put Natalia on the list. And here's Marta, who was first place in 50 and 55 plus. Fabulous waistline, really nice definition in her abs. I think she's got great definition into the bottom of the quads here. I wouldn't mind if the lines came a little bit more up into the hip area. I think she could have a little bit more roundness and fullness into the shoulder, but overall, man, super substantial, nice, dense muscle in the back, great curve to the glutes, beautiful fullness. The muscles just look so 3D. I think she looks amazing. Okay, moving on to women's bikini. In the open division, in first place, Yulia, second, Ekaterina, third, Nadej, fourth, Alessia, and fifth, Ellie. And if you look at the scores, it was really close between Ellie and Alessia. Only 1 point difference. Oh my gosh. And then in the Masters, we had Yamili, who came in first place for 40 plus and 45 plus. Then there was Olive, who came in first place for 50 plus and 55 plus. And then there was Janet in the 60 plus. So super impressive. Wow, these bikini girls are incredible. Okay, so here's Ellie in fifth. I love her suit color. It looks so pretty. I also really love her legs. She's got crazy round, full, beautiful quads, really nice hamstrings. The curve looks just gorgeous here. The line separating the quad from the hamstring is unreal. It looks just so clear. Beautiful oblique, really nice triangular shape. The lat and the delt have just a gorgeous curve, draws you into her tiny waistline. She looks really, really good. Beautiful posing to highlight her hourglass shape. Great conditioning, great size. The only thing that I would love to see would be a bit more of that curve, that little bit of a dip that you get at the bottom of the glute where it comes into the hamstring. I find that she's got a really nice curve on the top, but then it just kind of melts into the hamstring here, and I'd love to see more of that really clear, obvious curved shape that comes right round and then into the hamstring. But I think she looks amazing. I love her hair, I love her makeup, and of course I love that suit. So a great fifth for Ellie. All right, next and fourth, Alessia. That's exactly what I'm talking about with the glute. It is so beautiful, that curvy shape that comes in nice and clearly before going right back out into a curvy hamstring. This is so good. Alessia really has a great shape in the bottom part of her glute in particular. She's got really nice long legs, beautiful sweep to the quad here, some nice definition, the line coming down the quad. She's got a nice sharply defined oblique, good lats, nice definition into the shoulder, though I do feel that she could open the shoulder a little bit more, like twist the body ever so slightly more so the arm could fall a little bit more down. I find that she's bent at the elbow, and I'd love to see more of the silhouette of the hourglass and that S curve of the back. I also find that she could have more size into the quad. Honestly, she could have even more roundness and height into this back leg. I notice it in particular in the lineup next to the other girls. I think she has more of a slender look into the back leg, and maybe even just playing with the placement of the knee would help to pull out some of the roundness. But beautiful suit, love her lipstick. Her lips are so shiny and glossy. It looks gorgeous. Great hair. I love that her hair is off of her shoulders, so you get a nice view of her upper body, and just overall, she looks amazing. All right, next and third in a day, amazing legs, and the glute is fantastic. She's got a really nice curve right from her suit all the way around. It comes in beautifully where the glute and the hamstring come together. She's got an amazing quad sweep on this back leg with some nice detail coming through by the kneecap, the line coming down her leg, extremely tiny waist, really impressive lat. So that S curve is really fabulous. But I do find that she's almost closing off her shoulders. I would love to see more of like a big, open, really prominent upper body. To pull this front shoulder more backwards, really open up the lat, allow us to see the hourglass shape even more. Right now I find that her shoulder is more pulled in, the arm is really leaning back. If she could get the shoulder to come back and line up more with the glute, then the arm could just fall straight down, and I think it would be an even more flattering shape. She's got amazing muscle, amazing curves, great size, beautiful conditioning as well. The dark suit, this blue, looks really beautiful against her skin, and I'm loving all the gloss and sheen that she has, highlighting all of these beautiful spots on her muscular body. So she looks fabulous. All right, Ekaterina in second place. Love her posing. She's so upright. She's so tall. She's so open in the shoulders. You see so beautifully clearly this curve in her back, the overall silhouette, the glute, the hamstring. It's gorgeous. She's got really nice size in the legs, some nice curve to the quad sweep, good conditioning coming up the side of her leg here, a little bit of a groove in the hip, but not crazy, really super chiseled out oblique, and a tiny and very flat midsection. Looks fabulous. She's got great size in the shoulders. I think she could be a little bit careful with the posing of this back hand so that you maintain more of the curvy shape of the delt in the back. It almost is, maybe it's just a reflection with the light here, but it almost looks like the arm has more of a straightness to it. And I'd love to see more of the curve and the bicep and the triceps and everything kind of more rounded into this back arm. I noticed for sure that she has a lot of like horizontal width into the glute from the hip all the way out to here, but I'd love to see a little bit more of that continue up here and to have a bit more of a curvy shape to the top of the glute. It looks a little more of a slope and then the curve, but man, this curve from the bottom of the glute into the hamstring is just phenomenal. She's got a really cool silhouette, but I would like to see a bit more height into the glute. And now Yulia in the first place. She looks gorgeous. The glute in particular is perfect. Really nice round shape all the way from the top of her suit, curves around, has a nice little dip where the glute and the hamstring come together, and then the conditioning is awesome. You have a lot of detail coming through in this line. The hip has some great grooves, her oblique, she's got nice ab definition and a gorgeous amount of outlining of the delt. And I like that you're seeing that outlining continue into the back arm as well. So she's posing really nicely. I wouldn't mind if you could get a little bit more of a curve into the shoulder, but I like that you can see the outlining of the delt here. Looks awesome. She's got great size into the legs, nice proportions as well. The legs are a good size compared to the glute, which is a really nice curve and complement to the lat and the delt. And then what a tiny midsection in between. Looks awesome. Her posing is great. The arm is gentle. The toe is gentle. The hair is off her shoulders. It allows you to see the delts. She looks very like this is so easy, and she's just floating gracefully across the stage. Beautiful. All right, so in the side-by-side, I notice Yulia's definition and the shape of her glute. This line coming down the quad, all of this beautiful detail in the back leg, the quad sweep, and then the curve of the glute, both at the top, the roundness, and coming in before the hamstring. That really catches my eye. Ekaterina has a really nice small waistline, but she doesn't have as much of that height into the roundness at the top of her glute. Nade, beautiful legs, great glute, but I'm not noticing her upper body as much. I do think that she needs to open up a little bit more and let that arm fall more naturally. Alessia, in this pose, the arm is blocking the glute. It could just be the angle, but I'd love to see her open more so that we can see the back shoulder. You don't even see the delt at all in the amount of her angle here. So I think she could pull a little more forward. Ellie, beautiful, great obliques, great size into the quads, really nice hamstrings as well, but I think just Yulia really nailed it with the tiny waistline and that gorgeous curve into the glute. And then in the back pose, what catches my eye with Yulia is actually the quad sweep. I love the line she has here where the hamstrings are really nicely outlined. I think Ekaterina has great tie-ins, but doesn't quite have the definition down into the back of the legs like we're seeing on Yulia. So her quads really stand out, but in a nice way that balances beautifully with her delts. So very nice tiny waistline, and then just this great curvy lower body. Nade has some lovely length into the glutes. The tie-ins look really beautiful. Alessia, really nice width into the glutes. Great size. Ellie, tremendous width at the top of the glutes. And nice definition down into the hamstrings as well. But to me, Yulia really has a really spectacular hourglass. You notice the small waist, you notice the delts, and I love this definition into the back of her legs. Ekaterina also has a really nice hourglass, the delts, and the tiny waistline, but I think a little bit more detail into the hamstring and allowing the quad sweep to pop a little more would have been even better. So to me, it was a clear win for Yulia. So that would put her on the list for Olympia 2025. And now here is Yamili, who was our 40 plus and 45 plus winner. Very impressive. She's got beautiful glutes in particular in the back pose. Really nice detail coming into her tie-ins. Tiny waistline. Love the suit. Love the curly hair. I think she has to be careful with her posing though, just to make sure that the shoulders are level. In this photo for sure, it looks like the arm is pulling her down and this shoulder is lower than this one. But she's doing a great job posing this back arm. I think she's maintaining such a great curve into the delt. It looks awesome. So just to level them out and she'd be pure perfection. And here's Olive, who got first place in 50 plus and 55 plus. Beautiful as well. Great suit color. Nice round curves into the glutes. She's got a really nice curve into the top of the glute as well. The suit fits her beautifully. Nice size into the quads here. Though I do think overall she could have a little bit more sweep into like this front leg. I think there could be more fullness into the hamstring and the quad, and maybe even just a little more conditioning as well. I think the shoulders could be a bit more outlined, a little bit more flatness into this midsection. That line coming down the hip could be a bit sharper, but still, she's got a great physique, beautiful posing. She looks so pretty, great makeup, just overall a fantastic win for her. And then here's Janet, our 60 plus winner. Amazing. Great size into the glutes. Really nice quad sweep. I love the definition she's getting down her hamstrings in the back. She's got a nice quad sweep here in this back leg, beautiful obliques. I think she has to be careful. It almost looks like she's leaning forward, like her torso is really coming this way at an angle. I think she just needs to maintain that gorgeous S curve, pull open the shoulders, pull in the midsection, and allow the arm to just fall straight down beside her, just to have that really nice overall silhouette. And I think her hair could be more full in the back, like bring it all over the shoulders and let the hair just highlight and complement the small waistline. But overall, what a great job she's done. All right, moving on to women's physique. In the open division, first place, Elena, second, Heather R, third, Manon, fourth, Tiffany, and fifth, Heather J. And then in our women's masters, Heather R took the 40-plus win, Heather J took the 45-plus win, and then Melanie took the 55-plus. Very impressive. Okay, so here's Heather in fifth place in the open, but also first place in 45 plus. So impressive. She looks fantastic. I love all the definition she has in her quads. Extremely impressive. The outlining is just so lean, so ripped and detailed and bursting through her skin. Beautiful elongated leg. I love her ankles even. Like just, it looks so pretty. Beautiful curve to the glute, nice dip in the hamstring, very small, tight waistline, and a nice V-taper. Though I do think she could have even more size into the lat here. I think she could have a bit more of that fullness right close to the armpit. Nice definition into the delts, into the biceps, the triceps. Gorgeous lumps, gorgeous curves, just everything looks beautiful. Her tan, the gloss, the suit, she's just sparkling. Love the bright hair. The braid is really a nice touch, keeps the hair off her shoulders. She looks amazing. I do think though that she would benefit from like the standard front pose. I couldn't find any photos of her not being in this with the leg crossed in front, and I would love to see more of the X frame highlighted in that standard straight on pose with the leg extended to the side. Just to me, it helps you to visualize the X and see the symmetry and see both sides of the body equally. This pose to me really highlights this silhouette and the front leg, but I'm losing the back leg. Okay, next and fourth is Tiffany. Great silhouette. I love the curve to the inside of her leg here. I think she has a really impressive quad sweep. Nice tiny waistline with beautiful definition in the abs and a great V-taper as well. A lot of size in the lats. Great height into the delts. Beautiful arms. Overall, she looks amazing. I find that she could have a little bit more of the sweep up high into the quad, like a little bit more of that really obvious round curvy shape. It could just be the pose, it could be the angle, but I'm not really seeing that roundness in the top here. But I think her conditioning looks great, her size looks great, the suit is super interesting, it fits her beautifully, and I think she looks really amazing. All right, next is Manon in third place. My goodness, she's just doing so amazing in women's physique, and she looks incredible. I love her short hair. This is the best. It looks so good. It highlights her delts. Her tan is so deep and rich and dark. It's just beautiful. I love the gloss on her abs, the gloss in her quads. She's got great definition. My gosh, you see so much detail in every part of her leg, all the way up to the cut of her suit. Beautiful line right down the middle of her stomach and great definition into her arms. My gosh, she's really phenomenal. I think she has particularly good quads, like the sweep, the curve is awesome, but I'd love to see more of that rounded shape to the inside of her leg. She clearly has a lot of size, but it's more of a straight line rather than like curvy, swoopy shape. And it could just be like a posing thing. Perhaps if she extended the leg a little longer, it might help to really draw your eye to the X and highlight a little bit more of a curvy shape. But I think, my gosh, I'm so impressed by her. She's really rocking everything she does this year. All right, here's Heather She got first in 40 plus and second in open. Amazing, so beautiful, and the size of her legs is what really catches my eye. The curve to the inside of her leg is just gorgeous, and what a great match to the curve of the outside of her leg. It's just curve upon curve upon curve upon curve. It looks amazing. Really nice small waistline, beautiful detail into the arms. Her shoulders look great. Her biceps are really peaked, really clearly defined and easy to see. She's got a beautiful pose here. I think it shows the X really clearly. And what catches my eye most of all, though, is those legs. That curve to the inside is just awesome. Great detail in the quads. I love this really large teardrop that she has right in by the kneecap. It's just bulging and fantastic. Like that her hair is way off of her shoulders, so you see her upper body so clearly, her tiny waistline, her lats, her delts. She just really nailed it. She looks awesome. But now in first place is Elena, and what really strikes me about Elena is how tall and long and lean she looks. There is so much length to her legs, so much beautiful definition. The lines going into the conditioning in the legs, they just seem to go forever. Like your eye is drawn all the way down her leg right to her ankles. It's beautiful. Her posing somehow to me is just exceptional. You clearly see the X. You see so much length into her muscles and still curviness. The inside of her legs are round. The outside of her quad sweep is round. Her lats are curved. Her delts look beautiful and her arms look beautiful. Like everything is just perfect. Great conditioning, great tan, great gloss. I love all the highlighting she has into the quad, right here at the top of her abs. The biceps have that little bit of gloss. She's just beautiful. The suit is really stunning. The colors look beautiful, like a sunset, like the backdrop, but also it really draws your eyes outwards towards her V-taper. Her abs are really clear and easy to see. Her hair is sleek. It's streamlined. Like just everything about her looks really cool. Very statuesque. I think she just looks phenomenal. So here's the lineup, and here's where Elena stands out to me for her, like I said, statuesque appearance. She's so tall, so long, so lean. That point in the toe is so flattering to the leg, both the inside curve and the outside curve. I think Manon would benefit from being a little bit more stretched and having more of a point to the toe out to the side. But I do still think that she could have more curve to the inner thigh. And here's where I think Heather could stand more in that traditional front pose, show us the X frame a little more clearly. Heather in second. Amazing size into the legs, really beautiful curves, nice small waistline. Tiffany, gorgeous upper body and fantastic quad sweep. She looks amazing, but Elena stands out to me. I think the posing in particular really helps. She looks so tall and lean and long and just absolutely beautiful. And then in the back pose, my gosh, Elena's definition in those glutes is outrageous. So deeply outlined, great curves into the legs, a lot of detail into the hamstrings, tiny waistline, and beautiful fullness into the back. I don't think Heather quite has as much detail into that middle part of her back like you're seeing on Elena, though she's got really stunning definition into the shoulders. I'm loving how full and round the delts are on Elena. Manon, what impresses me is the size of her glutes. She really has a lot of mass, but I think she could have had even more definition coming into the back of her legs when you compare her to Elena. Tiffany and Heather both look fabulous. I think Heather in fifth place here needs a little bit more width into the lats to have even bigger V-taper. Tiffany could have even more size into the glutes, I think, just to really pull out that overall X shape. But man, this was super impressive. To me, though, Elena really stood out. So that, of course, puts her on the list. And now here is Melanie, our 55 plus winner, looking incredible. Really great shape, beautiful quad sweep, some nice definition coming through in the quads, the abs, nice size into the delts in this front pose. So I do think in the back pose she could have a little bit more height so that the delts really pop up into the silhouette. But great definition, really impressive glutes, the outlining, the size, that detail. She's beautifully lean. I think she looks amazing. So that's it for this video. There are more recaps coming your way. We're getting into the 2025 qualification season. And of course, Olympia is just around the corner. Make sure you check out my prediction video. I love reading your comments, who you guys think is going to win. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Give me a like if you like this video. Comment your thoughts below and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoise toffee.